I'm just going to jump right into topic number 2, which is how to identify a business opportunity. I'm going to start with a personal experience. So, about 25 years ago, I was living in rural Oregon, and I got into painting cars. And I was just doing it out of my house. I wasn't really set up for it, but I was keeping the lights turned on during the summer. But when winter rolled around, suddenly the construction stopped, all the tourists left, and everything died. And you have about 3 months, maybe 4 months that are completely dead. And I'm starving to death trying to figure out how to make money painting cars when it's wintertime. So I'm sitting there frustrated, to make a long story short, looking out the window, and I realized that I was just thinking everybody in this entire county is just sitting here looking out the window, watching it rain, watching their mud holes fill with rain, with nothing to do until springtime arrives. And then it dawned on me. I said, man, I bet you I could make a couple bucks fixing people's driveways. So I just borrowed a trailer from a friend, threw like 20 bucks worth of gravel in it from the rock quarry. And I just went to people's short little driveways close by and just knocked on their door and said, hey, for 50 bucks, I'll fill all your potholes. They all said yes. I was like, wow, that is a need that people are very receptive to. So I ended up finagling an 18-foot flatbed truck. And I got to where I was making $300, $400 a day sometimes, actually just shoveling all the rock off this flatbed truck with a partner of mine. Kid that I'd hired for cheap, just cash, but it was keeping me fed. And so that got me through the first winter. That summer, I traded the paint job for a dump truck that needed an engine. I put an engine in the dump truck, painted it state orange so it looked like a state truck so nobody'd hassle me. And that winter, I started selling gravel off the back of that dump truck. I was making $5,000 a month all winter fixing driveways. But it all happened because I noticed a problem and thought up a solution that I could offer to make a little money. And that's my point. You will identify the right business for you when you're with your own eyes see a problem that you can solve for the public. There's only 3 things you can do for the world. You can give them what they need, you can give them what they want, or you can solve a problem. You're not going to compete with the things they need. They need gasoline. You're going to compete with Exxon. They need food. You're going to compete with Safeway and Winn-Dixie and Publix and Fred Meyer and Walmart. No. You understand what I'm saying? They need propane. You're not going to compete with the power company. Okay, so you can forget about that one pretty much. The second category is what they want. And there's no end to the things people want. But think about a few. They want wheels for their car. They want a nice TV. They want nice phones. They want nice clothes, right? These aren't things that are necessities, but these are things that people want. Are you really going to go and start a business and compete with Levi or compete with Samsung for televisions or compete with iPhone and come up with your own new phone? Forget about it. The things that there is a built-in market already established for filling these needs is nearly monopolized. So throw that category out. The third category is identify a problem and solve it. If you can do that, you can carve out a niche for yourself and make a living working for yourself with your own idea, doing it your way. I told my son that story about how I had started fixing driveways in the wintertime and ended up with a small dump truck. And I told him, I said, he's about 10 asking me for an allowance. And I said, look, dude, this is how you make money. I explained that to him. I said, you look around, and when you see something that you can do for people for money, you can start earning money. And you'll have a lot more dignity making your own money than me giving you an allowance. My 10-year-old son took 3 days, and he came home jumping up and down. I just made 35 bucks after school. And I said, well, tell me about that. He noticed a lady dumping the trash. He lived in condos at the time. And she was dumping the trash at the dumpster. She's holding her purse in one hand. She's got her garbage in the other hand. It's raining. She's trying to hold the dumpster open and throw the thing in and struggling with this. And he said, boy, that poor lady. So he went and opened the dumpster, threw the garbage in there for her, and she was thankful. And he went, nobody likes dumping their garbage in the rain. He went and knocked on everyone's door on the 3rd floor with it raining and said, hey, I'm trying to earn a little money to build a computer. You have any garbage you need run down to the dumpster? It's pouring rain right now, but no one wants to go down there and do that. People are like, man, kid, you're hustling. Here's $2. Here's $5. Here, take these. And he started making You know, kid's 10 years old. He's making $150 a week, dumping people's trash at the condos. I mean, give me a break. It's not that hard, but you have to be observant and you have to pay attention. Anytime there's a problem that you say, man, if somebody could do that, you drive through a nice neighborhood and you see all the gutters are full. You need to start a gutter cleaning business. If you're not scared to get on the roof and you got a ladder and a pickup, right? And a leaf blower, and you know, maybe a stick, figure it out. You notice a place where all the trees are overhanging in people's yards and they evidently have no lawn service. There's your gig, you know. You go into a nice neighborhood where you know, there's nowhere to go to a close detail shop, you know, and you think, I could make a living detailing people's cars. Whatever it is, that's up to you. But be observant, find a problem that you can solve, offer the solution, and you can make a living doing it. So that's the second concept here in my video series, is that you can be your own boss, but you have to solve a problem and offer the world something. And no one's going to bring it to you, and you don't need a partner, and don't bounce it off your friends, and don't expect people at work to be supportive about it. If you're fantasizing about your own business on the side, you need to start doing side work on your days off. And when you start making on your days off what you make at your full-time job, it's time to quit your job. Quit your job and start doing it full-time and devote all those hours that you're giving your boss to your own business. And you have the opportunity to succeed in a way that you never could working for someone else. So I'm Luke, L2 Academy, my second video. I've got a couple more coming up, and I'm going to expand on business concepts and the things that I've learned that worked for me to get my businesses rolling over the years. Because I've worked for myself most of the time, and I haven't always done the exact same thing, but I've always made a living doing it, and I've learned how to do it better every time. And there are so many lessons you can learn the hard way, and I'll share them with you so that you don't have to learn them the hard way. In fact, if you know them all going in, and you stick to the principles, and you don't violate the rules that I've personally come up with, you'll succeed. You'll succeed, and you'll be free, and you won't be somebody's slave at a job you hate that doesn't pay enough or give you any dignity. I'll see you in the next video.